'88 Pontiac Fiero, and today we're going to be taking out the gas engine. We're going to convert this to an electric. We've already weighed the front and rear axle weight to keep the weight ratio the same after conversion, and now we have to take a quick measurement from the wheel well to the ground to keep the suspension weight the same. We're going to start by removing the exhaust system, and then we have to remove the fuel system, the entire engine, and the radiator system. End of the day is what we have so far. October 20th, 2007. First day at work here. Just disconnecting all the wires so we can drop the motor later on this week. So far we've disconnected all the linkage to the motor, and we've also taken out all the fuel lines and disconnected the exhaust and the header. So now we're just ready to start dropping the engine. We're now ready to lower the motor from the car. So. See here with the Fiero, we're able to drop the engine, transmission, drive lines, tires, and subframe all in one piece. So far we've removed all the unnecessary components from the gas motor that we no longer need while converting to the electric motor. So right now we're ready to begin converting to electric and start installing all the various electric components. But the first thing we must do is line up this adapter plate so we can connect the electric motor to it. This is the original clutch disc, which was taken out of this transmission here, which was directly from the car. And then I had it sent into a machine shop, and they machined this clutch disc coupling here, which will convert this spline shaft from here back to this one on the back, which will go directly into the electric motor. And so the way we align this is we place this right on here, and then we'll take the adapter plate, which we had to cut this notch out for the drive axle coming out of there. And this should fit over just like this. And then this right here is the alignment tool, which was sent to us by EV America. And this should fit right in. And that's how it all assembles. Using the alignment tool, we've aligned the transmission here. Right against this aluminum plate here. And we marked the lines for the excess aluminum that we're going to cut off. So we're going to trim that all up. And then now that we have it aligned here, we're also going to drill the holes where the main bolts are going to go through to hold this to the plate. Now that we have the template laid out, we've now started sawing all the edges and cutting out on all the lines. We've so far used about 5 blades on this, and it's taken about 25 minutes. And it would probably be much easier to use a different method, but this is the only tool we have right now available to us. We've now finished cutting this all to fit right along the sides of the transmission. Now all we have to do is clean up the edges a little bit and get off some of the small little burrs in the metal. We're finally ready to begin bolting the transmission to the adapter plate. First we have to align everything, and then we're going to continue to pre-drill all the holes where it'll mount directly to the transmission. Now we have everything securely aligned on the transmission. We've already made 2 holes here, and we have it bolted right down and clamped on there. And then to find the center of this hole for the drill, we take this drill bit, which is the exact size of the hole, and then we come, hit it once to mark the aluminum, and then you turn it 90 degrees, and you hit it again, and that creates a small X imprint on the aluminum. And then, to create a better piloting hole, we use the center punch here, and we would put it right in the center, and give it one good tap in there. Now the next step right here is to align this coupling onto the motor shaft. So we set this right on here. Let's see. Slides right on. And then we use this square key here to lock the rotation in for when the motor's running. Alright, so that sits there, and then we want this coupling about an 1/8 inch off from the motor body, so we'll pull it off here. And then we have another set screw here that will lock the shaft in from moving longitudinally like this. So we'll use this here, which is the same diameter of the hole, and then we'll go tap it once, turn it a little, tap it, and that'll create the mark for when we drill the countersink hole for this. So we've hooked up the motor now to the transmission, and we've got it all bolted in with the plate supplied. We've installed some nice grade 8 bolts here to keep it really strongly in place. And now for the transmission, we have the existing transmission mounts to hold this in. At a welding shop, we had the old motor mount. We had a new motor mount manufactured to tie into the existing motor mount, which is this right here, and the existing rubber foot that it sits on to give it a nice vibration protection. We've now reinstalled the motor that's mounted up to the transmission back into the car, so that system is ready to go. We've now started to work on fabricating battery boxes for the 12 batteries of the car to fit into. Right here we're going to have 4 batteries along this bottom rack here, and then we're going to create another rack that'll be above those, and we'll put three batteries up there. The remainder of the batteries will be put up here in the front. We've started to make these brackets for the battery boxes. They just need to be welded into place. So in this first rack here, we will have 3 across this rack, and then 2 batteries long ways right here, and that'll fit the remainder of the 12 batteries. So far we've been using pretty simple tools to complete all the tasks, building the battery boxes and cutting out necessary parts. Our main tools have basically just been the grinder, drill, and sawzall. And right now I'm cutting an angle iron here for one of the last brackets of the battery box. This is my dad's friend Bruce, who's coming over to help us weld the battery boxes in place. Talk about the battery. Here's the 7 batteries that are sitting in the back. We have them all wired in series. It took a while to get. Are you gonna start on the fire? No, keep going. What else should I say? I don't know. The control board's also in place here. It's all wired up. We have the motor controller here, which controls the power and speed to the motor. We have our DC converter, which charges our 12-volt auxiliary battery underneath this panel here. We have our 2 contactors for safety. One is turned on with the key, the second one is turned on with this micro switch here. We have a power fuse block, fuse for this, and we have a shunt to test the amps up at the front with the gauge, and we have this little pot box here, which is very important, controlling the mechanical motion from the pedal and converting it to electrical motion. This is the inertia switch, and in the event of a crash, this would flip and it would depower the entire control board. Also on the control board, we have a positive and a negative 12-volt terminal to power all the 12-volt electronics on the board. As you can see here, we were able to conveniently locate the battery charger underneath the car where the gas tank was previously located. While charging the car, the battery level indicator can be viewed from just underneath the battery box here. We've just completed our last project, which is the power brake system. This is the vacuum assist assembly for our brake booster here. We have this switch, which keeps the pressure, or keeps the vacuum correct in here at the right vacuum. We have a one-way valve to prevent leakage, and then we have the vacuum pump right here to create the electrical vacuum.
The two-headed dragon breathes fire, blows flame, veins pumping octane, blazing flames, flame rain, same angle that enable gain as slow as a sharp blade. Whether you're willing to able, that's in your stockade. I'm from an age where the eye display captions, passion and passion was a minute.
It's May 30th, 2009, and we're just about ready to do our first test drive. Put this thing on the ground and take it out for a spin. After almost 2 years of working on this vehicle, We're finally ready to lower it down to the ground. See how it holds up. With the addition of 12 extra batteries, we're not exactly sure how the weight ratio is going to affect the suspension. So we might have to add stiffening springs and also possible air shocks. We've got the car on the ground. We're ready to go do our first test drive. The batteries are charged, and we're going to see how this thing runs.
It wasn't easy, but nothing else. When I feel heavy metal, and I feel that I need when I lie and I'm angry, all of the time, but I'm never sure why I need you. Please I need you. It's not my problem. Woo! When I feel heavy metal, and I feel that I need when I lie and I'm easy all of the time, but I'm never sure why I need you. Please I need
At your body's wrist, get your name put on the body list. Strictly by the homicide hobbyist. Colorful casket, your spirit wanna model this. Carefully adjust the size and let the hollow sit perfectly. And that long tube that you swallow it. Sincerely from the mass one with the poly grip clack.
This is a 1988 Pontiac Fiero, which was recently converted to electric. Right now we can hear the power brake system recharging the vacuum system.
Check out this funeral home euphoria. Repellent pygmies in your kidneys.
Right now we're cruising through town, doing about 25, and here's our 3 indicator gauges. We have the volts of the full battery pack system here, and then over here we have the amps, which is the current being pulled through the motor, and then we have the battery gauge here, which is currently turned off. As I let off the gas pedal, the primary contactor instantly opens, and no power is running through the system. A 144 volt system and a 9-inch motor. The car gets up to speed second gear, go all the way from 30 to about 55 miles per hour. In second gear, the car goes easily from 30 miles an hour to 55. With the added weight, giving the car a lower center of gravity, it handles really well on turns with minimal to no body roll. This turn rated at 35, but cruising by at 60 with no problem. So far we've been using pretty simple tools to complete all the battery boxes and things that are necessary for the car. Our main tool has basically just been after 12 long years,
12 months.
with a
Wait,
9-inch electric motor and 144 volt system, the car gets up to speed relatively quickly and without much hassle. With a larger RPM range, which is 0 to 5,600, you're able to stretch out